Hey guys, look at me. I'm actually making a legit video, and as you can see, I'm not in my bedroom. I'm actually in the corner of my living room, as you can see. Christmas tree, and I tried to make it a little more Breaking Dawn themed with my brand new poster. So as you guys know from my last video, this is my long-awaited Breaking Dawn movie review / questionnaire. I asked you guys to submit questions on anything you want me to discuss in this video, and we're going to get right to that. But first, I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 3 favorite scenes in the whole entire film. My third favorite scene of the entire film would have to be, it just blew my mind. I had so many expectations coming in to see this film in general, and I am speaking for everyone when I say that the wedding was definitely the most anticipated scene. I've been dying to see this wedding since I finished reading Twilight. I just could not wait to see Edward and Bella get married, and they did not disappoint at all. Kristen in that wedding dress was just beautiful. I'm in love with Carolina Herrera. That dress just, to die. Like, don't even get me started on that back, honey. She was gorgeous. And can I just say, Edward looks sexy as fuck in his fucking suit. I especially loved the little cameo of Stephenie Meyer. It just made my heart melt, and in the theater, everyone was just like, oh my god, Stephenie Meyer is right there! Everyone clapped and screamed a little bit. Well, I did. I don't know about everyone else, but I totally fangirled a little bit. And now there's this one little moment of the wedding that seemed to last for, say, 25 hours. That kiss, oh my god, that is the longest kiss they've ever had in the entire saga put together. I don't think if you put all the kisses from all 3 films together, I don't think it would be long enough, because after a while I did feel kind of awkward, like I was intruding on a moment between Rob and Kristen. So I just kind of, after about a minute, I was just kind of like, okay, can they stop now? Stop sucking each other's faces. Can we just move it along now? I love the way Kristen acted out this scene. Like, as she's walking down the aisle, you can see she's nervous and she's kind of stumbling a little bit, and she looks like she's about to barf, and then the minute she sees Edward, everything just clicks for her, and you can see it in Kristen's expression and the way she just looks, and you can see it in Rob's expression, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. The only thing that I would change about the wedding is that it was a little longer and not so focused on the kiss. I mean, nothing wrong with them kissing. I can watch Rob and Kristen kissing forever, but I wish they would focus more on the ceremony itself, them reading the vows and everything, and instead of them skipping around. It kind of bugged me that they did that. The reception, Kellen and Billy made that reception, especially Kellen. I love and adore Kellen. He's perfect for Emmett. I couldn't stop laughing, and I love Billy's expression throughout the whole reception. I loved Billy in every single Twilight movie. He does nothing wrong. I love Billy's line. Yeah, I know Edward's going to be a good husband because I'm a cop, and I know how to use a gun. Perfect. I love the panning over of Rob and Kristen when they're giggling and looking at each other. It is just the cutest thing ever. But all in all, that wedding was just gorgeous, and I couldn't, it's just so beautiful. I love it so much. My second favorite scene of all time would have to be those few moments before Bella finds out she's pregnant were just so, they were so amazing. The few things that I would change about the honeymoon is that I wish they were in Rio a lot longer, because it felt like, to me, they were only there for a minute to 2 minutes, and then they decided, okay, we're gonna leave now and get on the boat and go to Isle Esme and go fuck. Another thing I wish they would have commented more on during the interviews is that Rob spoke a lot of Brazilian. I think that's the word, or the language that he spoke. I thought he would have a few lines maybe, but he spoke in full long sentences at some points, and I was just amazed by that. I was just like, why didn't he talk about that more? Why didn't Bill talk about that more? Another thing that I thought was a little awkward was the water scene. I definitely agree with Rob when he said that it did look really difficult for them to do anything in that water. I was surprised at how awkward it was. I mean, it was a cute moment. The part where he's like, oh, you're beautiful. I was like, oh, I was totally, my heart melted, but it was awkward. Oh, the sex scene. Rob's back muscles. That's all I have to say. And just Kristen being adorable. I thought the sex scene was cute. I kind of wish it was rated R, and hopefully they have more of those scenes on the DVD. Just saying, hint, hint. The one thing I loved about this scene is that I saw so much of RK's personality, especially when Kristen came out in that sexy black lingerie. She was kind of like, hey, baby. Well, she wasn't doing what I'm doing, but she just came in and she kind of leaned in like, yeah, you want it. And Rob just, I just can't even describe. He was just being himself, and I loved that. I loved that they had that in there, and it was adorable, and it just made it feel more real, like they were going on an actual honeymoon. My number one favorite scene would have to be, that was my most anticipated scene. I loved that scene so much in the book, and it was beautiful in the book. Even though it wasn't Jacob's point of view and most of it was him feeling like he was betrayed by Edward and all that, I loved that scene so much in the movie. I couldn't have imagined it any other way. The one thing I loved that Bill Condon did is that he made it so it was just Rob and Kristen and no one else. Even though my memory of the book is a little scattered, I do remember that Jacob was definitely in the scene. Rosalie, I'm sure, was in the scene, and I think Carlisle was also in the scene. And to make it just so it was Edward and Bella, it made it feel more personal, and it just made them look more like a family, and it was like they were coming together a little bit more. It was amazing. It was beautiful. There was nothing wrong with it. Rob and Kristen, again, their personality was so evident in this scene, especially when Jacob was looking over at them on the couch and they were like giggling. My heart just, it just melted. In that moment, it just made me think of the future, and I just like, oh, to see Kristen pregnant would just kill me, and then to see Rob be a father would just kill me as well. That scene was just beautiful. That's definitely going to be one of the scenes I rewind over and over again when I get the DVD. Next to the honeymoon scene. Hey guys, so I just finished editing this video, and what I realized is that if I add on the questions to this part of the video, it'd be, I don't know how long, because I have been given a lot of questions from you guys, which I really appreciate. So this is part 1, so the questions will be in part 2. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye-bye.